Hey guys, it is here. We have the full Dragon Ball Legends 3rd anniversary reveal and stuff live. I did do a live reaction over on the 5-9 Twitch account, so this is me seeing this for the second time. So I already know everything's happening. I'm going to let you guys know and go through this basically with you so we can go through and understand everything that's coming to the game for the 3rd anniversary, which should be either tomorrow or the day after. I think it's probably going to come out within 24 hours of this video going live. So actually a fairly long reveal. It's almost 35 minutes long. I'm just going to skip through a lot of this until we get to the actual information here. So Legends 3rd Anniversary, latest info. I could literally spend like 30 minutes talking about everything they talked about here, but the first thing they talked about was the Legend of Goku thing. Let me beat this, sorry. Okay, so there's nothing really too crazy here. We already know this event is up. If you guys haven't farmed the Gokus yet, I recommend you to do that. It takes almost no time, so do that if you haven't already. Let's see. So they have, okay, this is interesting. So thanks for 3 years, max 333 times summons. So I think, okay, so this says thanks for 3 years, max 333 times summons. During the 3rd anniversary campaign, 111 summon tickets will be distributed 3 times. This part's a little bit confusing. I saw some people already confused about this. To show our appreciation, here is 333 consecutive summons for free. This would imply 333 multi-summons. I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think it's 333, like, just normal summons. So it's going to be 333 characters in total. I don't think they're going to give away 333 multis. But it's still a lot, right? In Chrono Crystal equivalents, basically that's 333 times 100, right? So it'd be 33,300 Chrono Crystals worth of summons that they're just giving us for free, which is really nice. So pretty decent event there. Let's see what else they got. Yeah, each time there's going to be 3 distributions of the 111 tickets 3 times. What else we got? I don't want to spend all day on this stuff because there's way more important stuff coming up. There's a 5 consecutive week-long raid for the anniversary. So this is obviously the longest raid ever. Last year they had a very failed attempt at a raid, which was the Omega Shenron raid. That one, I think, lasted like less than a day. It was like 10 hours or something. That Omega Shenron lasted for like 10 hours and he died, and then the raid was over. So hopefully this one they do a lot better job for. But it's supposed to be for 5 consecutive weeks. And it's just going to be a bunch of good rewards. So if you ever have free time, I guess just like farm the raid. I assume it's going to be like the raids that we've had over the past few celebrations now. But it's going to be, instead of just the weekend, 5 weeks in a row of that. So it's a lot of stuff. What else we got? Let me just go through this. We got this is just a regular summon ticket banner. I think, let me just make sure I have the title correct. Yeah, thanks for 3 years. And then it's pretty much just, logging in, doing missions is going to get you tickets for this banner. So you'll be able to get, just a bunch of free. It looks like a lot of it is based off of last year's anniversary. So, just free stuff. Just, this summon is the same summon that can be used with the, okay, so it looks like it's the same. It looks like you're just going to get more tickets for this banner. Okay, interesting. What else we got? Hoi, oh, this is new. Hoi Poi, collect Hoi Poi coins and get items. Okay. So this is sort of like a new system they're trying out here. They mentioned on the stream that it's going to be similar to summoning for characters, but instead of summoning for characters, you're going to be summoning for items. The summoning doesn't take Chrono Crystals, though. It takes Hoi Poi coins, whatever that is. So an item event that can be played with Hoi Poi coins found in various places during 3rd anniversary. To me, it sounds like this is not going to be something where you have to pay for with money. It just sounds like something that you're going to have to collect, through missions, by doing stages, maybe through PvP, stuff like that. And then you're going to use those Hoi Poi coins to summon on the banner to get items. So, again, it's just more free stuff. So, that's okay with me. A brand new, yeah, we can even take a look at this. A brand new summon system where you can get lots of items. So items will be appearing in the summon. Yeah, and he talks about it's not going to take Chrono Crystals, it's going to take items. Yeah, so instead of characters, it's going to be items. No, it's not going to cost Chrono Crystals. Summon can be played with Hoi Poi coins. Yeah, and then they just talk about the fact that you can obtain them through various different places in the game. You'll be able to get them from various places in game, yep, by playing the game during the 3rd anniversary period. So it's pretty, I don't know the exact details yet, but we'll see pretty soon. And they said you can even give you special multi-Z power that you can use on Legends Limited characters. So Legends Limited Z power, pretty nice. Hope you guys look forward to collecting the Hoi Poi coins. Sure, sounds interesting. I'm down for that. What else we got? Let's see. Thanks for 3 years. Special login bonus. Typical, you know, more tickets that you can use for summons, stuff like that. And then there's also going to be new currency, like the 30th anniversary medals, which we had the same thing for the 2nd anniversary, a 1,000-day celebration, the same thing as well, where you can just go into the exchange shop and exchange those for more rewards. Champions bonus, 1,000's back, so you can get 1,000 Chrono Crystals from this if you do it every day. Again, it's pretty straightforward stuff, but it's all good. 3rd anniversary, the Shenron is coming back. The one change they made to Shenron is what they mentioned here. On top of being able to read codes through your camera, you can also read codes from images. So instead of being forced to always, you know, have someone, you know, send you their code or whatever, it's just going to be a lot easier. You don't have to use your camera. You can also just go into the game and I guess like use images or something like that. So it's going to be a lot easier for you to do Shenron, because I know back during the 1st and 2nd anniversaries it was a big hassle to get this done for a lot of people. What else we got? Chance Time's back. Everyone's favorite event. Available this year too. Test your luck once a year. Legends 3rd anniversary Chance Time. The Chance Time event that we implemented during 2nd anniversary will also be held. They changed it a little bit though. It says, yeah, so what is Legends 3rd anniversary Chance Time? So last year it wasn't really super intuitive about how it worked. This one, play the 3rd anniversary contents to collect Chance Time tickets, which are these tickets. Then you exchange the tickets for Chance Time balls, I guess these, with your favorite numbers in the exchange shop. If you pick a winning chance ball, you'll win Chrono Crystals according to how well you did. So it's kind of like a lottery system. You collect these tickets through just playing the game. You exchange them for these balls. It's going to have numbers 1 through 100. So you pick whatever number, whatever numbers you want. And then at the end of the event period, they will draw like winning numbers, and then you'll get rewards based off of what the draw results are. So again, it's basically just like a lottery system, which is fine. Okay, so that's Chance Time. There's also doing a character boost campaign, which is just going to make it a lot easier for newer players to go through the story mode, get Zenny, XP, stuff like that. So pretty cool stuff they usually have for these big campaigns. We have a message from Kagi talking about sort of like his role as Shallot and him looking forward to stuff that's coming up next in the game. Pretty cool. And then we also have the same sort of, you know, vibe of a message from the Japanese voice actor Kenji Akabane. He talks about his role as Shallot and what it's meant to him. And then we actually do have a special message from Nozawa Masako, who talks about you know, just the Legends reaching its 30th anniversary. Pretty cool that they had her on here. Didn't have Horikawa, that's fine, but you know, Masako Nozawa is obviously very cool to have on. So what else we got? This is stuff that's coming out during the later part of the anniversary. So this stuff from here on out is going to be stuff that's not coming out immediately. It's going to be further down the line. So we're getting a Sparking Super Scout Battle, which you can get, you know, I assume it's going to be 3 different stages like normal, and then you can choose which stage you want to do. Either it's going to be Future-based, Super Saiyan-based, I guess Fusion-based for this, or GT-based. All these are very good. Looking, just eyeballing it for me, I think I'd probably recommend going for the Future one, just because Mai is still a really, really good bench and solid bench for the Future team, and then Trunks, when you Zenkai him, is crazy. All these Zenkai units up here are really good. I think I'd probably say Gogeta's probably the best. This guy's number 2, and then Vegeta's 3. But they're all very solid Zenkais. These guys down here I don't really think are super relevant. The Vegeta's okay for a Z ability for Saiyans, but I think the Future one is the strongest lineup for what I'm seeing here. Let's see. So we have Gogeta. There's an event to acquire this guy. And, you know, typically when they have an event to acquire a unit, there's a Zenkai that comes along with it. And he goes, does that mean we'll be able to Zenkai Awaken? And then he goes, maybe, maybe not. I'm telling you right now, he's Zenkaiing. Like, there's no way that he is. So look forward to that, I guess. Another blue Saiyan Zenkai. The next campaign. So this is super cool. Anniversary surprise. I guess it would surprise you, sure, whatever. Anniversary surprise you. Get one Sparking character of your choice. That was released before December 2020. So they mentioned there is a caveat that you can't pick LFs, which is understandable. But like, I assume any Sparking in the game that came out before December 2020, you can choose them and like obtain them for free. That is really good. I mean, I might make a video going over which units I would recommend choosing from this campaign if you're somebody who's a newer player or something like that. I mean, right away, we're seeing Green Goku Black is here, Vados is here. Like, these are two very, very solid options. So, they know what they're doing, right? They put Green Goku Black literally front and center in the middle here. There's obviously a reason for this, because they probably anticipate him being the most picked character. But this is a very cool event that they're doing. I'm really happy that they're doing this. What else we got? That might be it for the actual event information. Yeah, so they're going to show a video. I'm actually going to play the video so you guys can see it if you haven't seen it yet. We'll watch it together here.
Die! Nobody can beat me when I'm Super 17.
This is the end. Rebels that fall. What a terrible way to die.
Just spare my life. You're mine. That's what a real fight is like. Burst attack. Child's play.
They showed that, and everyone was laughing because it's like, you do an anniversary reveal and you show Super 17, Super Baby 2, Nova Shenron, and Ice Shenron, and it's like, yeah, it's a little bit weird, but that's not all that we're getting. So just be aware of that before we move on. So the first two things to note are that Super 17 and Super Baby 2, they're both EXs. Nova and Ice Shenron are going to be the Sparkings that we're getting on this banner. So I think they actually do show some of the details here. We'll take a look at some of the gameplay first before the details. So give me 1 second, we'll play this.
Let's see a video of them in action.
5 seconds. Okay then, I'll count for you. Just spare my life. You're mine. I won't send you home alive. I lost. Did you see that? That's what a real fight is like.
Okay, so, you know, just going through what we see here, it's kind of tough to really tell what's happening, just because we don't know the kits of the characters just yet exactly, but, so obviously this guy's probably going to be pretty good. He's an anniversary sparking unit. We can see sort of the things he's able to do. We saw a counter in this video. So right here, when Goku charges in, this is a counter right here. This is, I don't know, it's probably not going to be like a Namek Goku blue card counter, but it seems like it's going to be maybe sort of something like a, I guess like a Zenkai Super Gogeta / Gogeta blue green card effect, where it's like if you get hit by like a strike attack or something like that, it will immobilize the enemy or incapacitate them for a certain amount of time. So that could be cool. I don't think it's going to be as good as like Red Gogeta's green card or like Gogeta Blue's green card, because that would be ridiculous, but maybe it will be, I don't know. But that is an incapacitation effect. This is his blue card, obviously, and that's pretty much all we got from this. And then we have Nova Shenrons coming up here too, so let me play that.
I'll enjoy this high-stakes game of survival with you. Here I go. Burst attack! That was a fine battle.
Nothing too crazy there. Pretty much all we saw was the fact that he has a barrier effect, so similar to like Green Buhan, and then he's able to chain that barrier into a blue card. Pretty much all we saw from this. So nothing too crazy. They actually do give us a little bit more information about the characters. So we have Ice Shenron, he's blue. He's a range type unit, Shadow Dragon, GT, and Twins. I mean, the only real relevant tag here is GT, so more GT buffs, that's pretty good. While on the battlefield, seals enemy strike cards when enemy switches characters, so kind of like the transforming a blue Ultimate Gohan. Every time when faced with an enemy, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade damage received up, and reduces enemy ki and inflicts attribute downgrade, increases substitution count, and inflicts attribute downgrade minus 50% to vanishing gauge recovery. That's a lot. So this is every time he switches in and every time an enemy switches out against him, he's inflicting the enemies with these downgrades. So, you know, increased substitution count if you get faced with an enemy with this guy. Like, I don't know how much it's going to increase by, but we'll see when the actual download happens. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, damage received up. I mean, again, we don't know how powerful these effects are going to be until we actually see the raw numbers in front of us. But it seems like it's actually going to be a pretty decent kit right here. When main ability activates, reduces enemy's vanishing gauge to 0. So if you guys don't know, that's it's funny because he looks like Pycon. It's actually like Pycon's main ability, or his green card. And then also I think the EX Super Vegeta also does the same effect as that too on his main ability. Restores own ki by 50 and shortens allied tag GT sub count and draws a special move card. That's a lot. His main ability is doing a lot there. And then next he has, so his green card reduces damage received and destroys all of your enemy's special move, awakened, and ultimate arts cards. And then this is where he gets the counter from. So his counter is the green card. Counter will activate upon enemy's tap attack, tackle, or strike cards. Yeah, this is the exact same conditions that the the red Zenkai Gogeta has, as well as the yellow Gogeta Blue has. Immobilizes the enemy and increases own damage inflicted and increases next special move damage inflicted. So I guess what the premise they're going for this is they want you to use the green card into a blue card, which makes sense. And then his Z ability increases tag GT base blast attack and defense and Shadow Dragon's base strike attack. So more buffs specifically for Shadow Dragons. They did not show off a Omega Shenron here, so I don't think we're going to be getting a new Omega, at least in part 1 of the anniversary. But at least you have this guy, you have the Nova, you have the red Omega from last year, and you have the Blue Sin Shenron, the EX one from last year. They all buff Shadow Dragon. Well, everyone except for the red Omega buffs Shadow Dragon specifically, but they're all Shadow Dragon units that actually seem like they should work together pretty well. This guy's a range type, yeah, so he's going to be more blast oriented. Then we have Nova Shenron. So Nova Shenron is a yellow unit. He's also melee type, which means that he's going to be competing directly with the LF Goku that just came out, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I'm going to tell you right now, without even looking at what he's going to do, I'm pretty sure this guy's going to be better. I'm just going to straight up tell you that right now. Same tags, Shadow Dragon, GT, and Twins. Special arts can nullify enemy attacks, excluding certain moves like Rising Rush, and knock the enemy back to long range if they are at a close range, and restores own ki and increases strike damage. So you can actually combo this into a Strike Blast special move. That's actually the same thing that Buhan can do. I think it's also similar to Bergamo's green card too. So it's something that we've seen before, but you know, it's a pretty useful ability. The barrier is really annoying to fight against. Main ability inflicts all allies and enemies with no switching, which is already, I think this already makes him better than the yellow LF Goku, just saying. And he restores his own vanishing gauge by 100%, and increases damage inflicted, and destroys all of your own and enemies' cards, and increases own arch card draw speed. That's a ridiculous main ability. Honestly, that's probably one of the best main abilities in the game, looking at it. No switching. They have no cards. You know what you could even do? You know what you could do with this? You could use this guy's main ability, and then you could go into Ice Shenron and remove their vanish. Because okay, here's what you could do. Let's say you have a Rising Rush, right? You use this guy's main ability. You switch into Ice Shenron. You remove their vanishing gauge with his main ability, and then you just rush them. Like, what could they actually do? They can't count. It's uncounterable. They cannot counter it. They have no card. They have no vanish. They can't switch. Okay. And then moving on from that, he gets 10% to strike damage inflicted per Dragon Ball. So that is very similar to how Omega Shenron works, the red one. It gets stronger per Dragon Balls that you have. Applies the following effects itself according to the number of timer counts elapsed on the battlefield. 3 counts elapsed, he gets increased damage. Again, we don't know how much. 5 counts elapsed, he gets increased arch card draw speed. So again, he gets card draw speed from his main ability. He can get card draw speed level 2 from this. And then he gets 50 ki when he counts have elapsed. So kind of similar to UI Goku. And then his Z ability increases tag GT strike attack and defense. And then increases tag Shadow Dragon base blast defense. So again, more Shadow Dragon buffs, GT buffs, It's oh, an attacker who promotes a fair fight. Yeah, locking in and getting 100% vanish engage and destroying all of your cards, and then rushing them with Ice Shenron, who's also going to... Yeah, that's not fair. I'm sorry, that's not fair. All right, I think that pretty much wraps up the first part of the video. Then we have another video here in a second, so let me actually unmute this and we'll get on with the second part here.
Is another video.
Alright! What's this? Final Kamehameha! It's okay not to be as good as me.
Don't think so. Have a nice trip! That's right, I won!
I'm not done! Farewell!
All right, it's a lot to talk about here. You guys sick of Vegito Blue? Hold on, let me get like the perfect frame here. Let me mute this for a second. But do we not have enough of this character throughout the past year? I mean, it's fine. There he is. He's back. Vegito Blue, and then if Vegito Blue wasn't enough, we also have Kefla. So both are fusions, and actually that's not all, because we have a third fusion, ZAMASU. Here we go with that art. Looks pretty good. I like that. But yeah, this guy. We'll get to the gameplay of this guy. This guy looks like, actually, like his model and like his animations, like, are probably the best animations. Like, he looks crazy. They're calling him half-corrupted Fusion ZAMASU. That art is pretty good. Like, everything about this unit, and this is something I've been talking about for a long... If you guys have seen my anniversary predictions, I was talking about this back in, like, February, how I thought a good theme for the anniversary would have been the sort of, like, corrupted ZAMASU versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and, you know, maybe that's happening here. So, let's go take a look at the actual gameplay videos here. Let me see if I can find them real quick. So there's Kefla. Let me unmute this real quick. All right.
Series. Let's see some gameplay.
I could do this all day! Here we go! Beat this! I'm only getting started! Don't think so! Here goes! Have a nice trip! Piece of cake! Damn, it feels good to be a Saiyan!
Alright, so let's see if we can decipher what she's going to be doing here. So, it's hard to tell based off of the video if she's going to be able... If she has blast armor on her strike. I couldn't really tell. Let's see if we can see it. Let me do this. Playback speed, 0.25. Yeah, I think that does have blast armor. Okay, cool. I'm glad we slowed it down. It's much easier to see. So it looks like her regular strike attacks do have blast armor on it, which is cool. She has, this is her blue card, so again, it's another long-range blue card, similar to the one that she has right now on her green unit. And then this is her ult right here. So her ult has blast armor as well, and it looks like, based off of the animation, we'll take a look at her kit in a second here, but the fact that they show like this screen over here is indicative to me that this is probably going to be a force switch out. So similar to like LF Broly. That's Kefla. Let's take a look at Vegito Blue here. Good old VB, everyone's favorite unit.
All right. What? Go on then. Try me. I will show you the power of this fine light. You're finished. Let me show you what I do. Time for. Take this. Final Kamehameha! It's okay not to be as good as me.
There's a lot to talk about here with good old VB. Let's see if we can go through this one here. So, this is his green card, and it looks like that's a force switch out. Similar animations to the force switch outs that we have already. But it looks like it has blast armor as well, so it could be pretty useful. He is a blast type unit, just going to say that right now. So, you know, it's good that he's blast because the one we have already is strike base. So, let's see. So this is his blue card, which is another Final Kamehameha. And then, what's he going to do here? This strike animation looks pretty good. I think it looks way better than the existing one. This is his ultimate right here. So it's, you know, the like the punch forward, the sword into another Final Kamehameha. There's so many Final Kamehamehas. That's pretty much all we know from him, and not really much to decipher from that alone. Here is the big one. Here is Corrupted ZAMASU. Let me mute for this because this is this looks pretty crazy.
That all you've got? All right. Here.
Impossible.
Here. It's the heart of the wicked. Time for take this. Final Kamehameha. Evil shall perish. I'm not done. No, don't think. Farewell.
Is that long enough? Is that LF? That's got to be the longest LF by far. That LF. It took like 10 minutes. Okay, so first things first, he's enormous. Immediately, right? This is his strike cover change, so he has a knockback. This looks so good. This is his knockback. Look at this. Look how big he is. He's definitely bigger than Topo. Like his arm alone is like as big as Topo, I think. But yeah, Vegeta Blue, blast armor through him. This is a green card, by the way. So here we go. So this is his green card. He has a UI Goku version, like knockback AoE green card. This is it right here. This is it. That's his green card. We're in for a fun time. We are definitely in for a fun time. Look at that animation. Look, these is ridiculous. Like these animations are. They really did a good job with these animations. Here we go with this. Yeah, this Vegeta Blue again. That you know what's funny? I'll talk about this later. But look how big he is compared to Vegito. It's like his hand is as big as Vegito. His LF, like it takes like actually like 2 minutes for this to go off. This is the full thing. I assume this part forward is the LF. He does like the little punch that defuses Vegito, and then he's gonna finish with like the sword attack or whatever. Yeah, that's the LF. So yeah, let's take a look at what they can do here. So first is Kefla. So she is red, which is interesting because I would say that for Fusion Warriors specifically, the red is probably their strongest typing with the Zenkai Red Gogeta, but we'll see if she kicks off Red Gogeta from Fusions, I will be very impressed. But she's also obviously on Girls, she's on Saiyans, she's on Universe 6, she's on Rival Universe. There's a lot of teams that she's on. So she's a melee type, obviously. When entering the battlefield, increases damage inflicted, cannot be stacked, and reduces damage received, cannot be stacked, and increases key recovery. So very basic. Again, we don't know the number, so it's hard to say how good this is. Every time this character uses a strike or blast arts, restores own key, activates 3 times, and increases damage inflicted, activates once. Activation counts reset when character switches. Okay. So she's sort of like a very quickly building up character. Then, there's a lot here. Every time own attack is evaded with a vanishing step, restores key and increases damage inflicted, and restores vanishing gauge. Okay, activates twice. And randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. And this is also resets. So you want to be very offensive with her. She's somebody who wants to initiate more. And because of the fact that she's going to be initiating more, I guess, again, it doesn't say here that she has blast armor on her strike card, but we saw in the video that she does. So that's going to help her be sort of offensive and proactive with what she wants to be doing, which is cool. Applies buff effect, nullifies enemies' special action that activate or changing cover to self with main ability, so similar to, you know, LF Broly, LF Majin Vegeta. Recovers own health when special arts card is activated, and then Z ability is Rival Universe, Fusion, or Girl Strike Attack and Defense, and Blast Defense. So she is actually pretty well-rounded in terms of the teams she's able to be used on, and even her Z abilities as well, so that's pretty cool. She seems like she's going to be very good. A very offensive-based Kefla, which we already had, but cool. Here we have a good old friend, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito. Purple. He's also ranged. Saiyans, Fusion Warriors, God Ki, Super Saiyan, Future, like all these teams, right? Increases own damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received, cannot be cancelled. And -10 to Blast Arts cost, cannot be cancelled. Okay. And that's all the information they give us? Is that it? Increases allied tag. Oh, no, they don't. Increases allied tag Fusion Warrior, tag God Ki, or tag Future damage inflicted and key recovery when this character is switched to standby. So he's also a support unit. I'm telling you right now, this guy's most likely going to fodderize Purple Vegeta from the Future team. And also God Ki. If he's doing this, like, he's a support unit that's also going to be crazy powerful. What else does he do? When this character enters the battlefield, increases the next Blast Arts damage inflicted and draws a random card when you have 3 or fewer cards. When Special Arts card is activated, restores own key and increases Arts card draw speed and inflicts all enemies with no switching. Blast Armor when charging forward. On hit, reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 1 and destroys all of your enemies' Special Arts cards. So that destroys all of the enemies' green cards. And then the Z ability increases tag Fusion Warrior, tag God Ki, or tag Future Blast Attack and Strike Defense. Again, it's really hard to tell how good they're going to be before we actually see the numbers, but this guy definitely seems like he's going to be very good. And next, we have Legends Limited Half Corrupted Fusion ZAMASU. He is red, so finally, God Ki, Future, all these teams that need a red unit are finally getting red. I said I wanted this guy to be red because, again, God Ki, Future, honestly, even Powerful Opponent could use a new red unit. Regen. Revival Cell has been the main red unit used on Regen and Powerful Opponent. It's about time he gets power crep, so I'm glad this guy's coming out now. But he's a melee type as well. It's pretty obvious. When defeated, increases allies' damage inflicted and inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade -1 to arts card draw speed level and inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade reduce health restoration. So he has death buffs. Interesting. He also has a special cover change that knocks enemies back to long range against strike cards, which we saw in the video as well. Every time he uses a strike or blast arts card, increases own damage inflicted. Again, it's very basic. It's kind of like LF Broly, the blue one. So we don't know how much it's going to actually give him in damage, but it seems like it can ramp up pretty quickly. What else we got? The following effects occur according to enemy actions while this character is on the battlefield. When an enemy lands a strike or blast arts hit, reduces enemy key and reduces own damage received. So that's kind of like Green Goku Black. Obviously just the key reduction, but reduces own damage received is like Majin Vegeta, which actually is a very powerful effect. When enemy switches, it restores its own vanishing gauge by 50%, activates 8 times. This is like Purple Cooler. When an enemy is defeated, except by self-destruct, destroys all of your enemy's cards. So if you kill an enemy, let's say this character kills an enemy, they will switch into a new, obviously a new character. Their whole hand will be destroyed. That's pretty powerful. And then the Z ability increases tag God Ki, Powerful Opponent, or tag Future base strike attack and defense. So seems pretty good to me. I'm all for it. His animations look crazy good. Everything they showed off in this video has been crazy. Here's basically a rundown of everything that they talked about here. We saw the characters. And that is pretty much everything that they talk about here until the very end of the video, where I am going to just let the video speak for itself here. Let's see what they show us.
Too slow! Yeah, that's the spot. Disappear! Stupid dummy! 100 times?
All right. Let's just go through this last part quickly, and then we'll wrap the video up. This has been a I said at the beginning this could easily go on for 30 plus minutes, and I was right, because this is already 35 minutes. Let's sort of take a look at what he's able to do here. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is here. I was right. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta versus Corrupted Zamasu is the theme of the 30th anniversary. The art looks pretty good. This is his model in game. It looks really good. I mean, I don't know what else to say. They don't give us any information about what he's actually doing, but this is probably going to be a counter or some kind. Like maybe it's a cover change. Probably cover change actually. I don't know what this is. Like what? He just takes no damage. Like what is that? This is probably his blue card. Bluff Kamehameha into like a punch in the stomach or something. And then this is definitely his LF, right? His 100 times Kamehameha has to be his LF. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is coming. Corrupted Legends Limited Merge Zamasu is coming. Let me know down below if you guys are excited. I will definitely be doing 500 trillion, zillion, billion, gajillion videos in the next few days. So keep your eyes out. And hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you all very soon.